What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Letitia and this is That's So Letitia. And for today's video, I'm going to be demoing and reviewing for you guys a very new, fun eyeshadow palette brought to us by Revolution Beauty. This palette, it's so yummy. Oh my gosh, right? How cute is that? I Heart Revolution, their makeup and makeup products tend to be geared more towards the younger crowd, those who like fun things. I know I have a few of their bronzers, and because they're named after like different types of coffee drinks, the tube or the container itself actually on the outside resembles like the foam at the top of like your espresso. So they really like to have fun with their packaging and with their themes. And this particular palette is no different. Now, this one I picked up from Ulta. I do believe that this is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe a lot of I Heart Revolution makeup products, especially here in the States, if you can purchase them in the store, it's most likely gonna be a Ulta location. So yeah, I got this guy from Ulta and it was $22 plus tax. Now, I'm not going to lie, when I first saw the palette, or at least saw the advertisement for it on Ulta.com, I was like, okay, that's cute, but I wasn't necessarily interested in purchasing it. Just because, you know, I guess it was one of those, I judged the book by its cover, being honest. And I just thought that it was possibly a little too fun for me. But let me tell you, when I actually went into the store and I viewed the palette in person, I could not have been more wrong. These colors are very much so giving autumn 2021 right now and beyond. I'm just taking the plastic off so we can actually get into these shades. Look at these shades. Oh my gosh. You have your mattes, you have some shimmers in there. This palette, when I saw it in person, I hurried up and grabbed one because they didn't have many on the shelf. I know there's many makeup collectors out there, especially given the fact that it has such a yummy theme to it. I don't know about you guys, but back in the day, before my cavities said otherwise, I enjoyed me a nice big bowl of Cocoa Pebbles and even Fruity Pebbles, which is another palette that they have. That one I did not pick up. That one has more bold, bright colors. And for that reason alone, I did not grab it because I already have several palettes that kind of fall in line with those, you know, with that same color story. But me personally, neutrals, you can never have enough palettes. So yeah, I hurried up and I grabbed this one. So I'm just gonna read you guys off a few of the names, and as you see, I already did my base. So after I read off a few of the names, we're gonna get into using this bad boy. So we have shade names like Flavor, Crispy, Barney, Snack, Caveman, Cocoa, Stone Age, Lifelong Pal, Rice, Chocolatey, Puffs, Bam Bam, Club, Quarry, Rubble, Chip Off the Old Block, Rocks, and Family. Those are some cute names. Okay, so what I'm going to do is prep my eyes using Juvia's Place. I Prep, I Prime, and this is in shade number 1. Okay, so for our transition shade, I am going to, let's use, we're going to use Barney, which is this matte shade here. And I'm just going to apply that using my Morphe M504 brush. And let's see how well this goes on. Just gonna grab my mirror. Nicely. Okay, and moving on, let's see, because there's quite a bit of shimmer shades here. So it's like you have two options using this palette, or at least the way I use palettes. It's either you have your mattes, which can serve as like your transition shades because they're pretty soft neutral colors. And then you have your shimmers, which is like your pop out, stand out shades. So I'm thinking if we kind of go heavy, just because these shades are really kind of neutral, at least up against my skin tone. So I'm thinking if we go kind of heavy, we can get a good color payoff. We are going to dive into Bam Bam, which is this orange matte shade. Okay, I'm going to use my Morphe M441 brush, and let's see. Okay, so it's showing good on the brush. Up to my crease. Okay, and for our shimmer shade, I'm going to apply Stone Age, which is this shimmer shade here. And let's see how well that goes on. I'm going to use my finger to maximize as much as I can get. It's actually pretty. Okay, that's not so bad at all. I thought it was gonna be a little faint just because even what it's giving me on my finger is not so pigmented, but actually on the eye, this is really pretty. Then what I'm doing is like the leftover, I'm just sweeping it very lightly across the top of Bam Bam so that the two are kind of married together. And there's no harshness between or contrast between the two shades. And then next what I'm going to do, going to apply close to my waterline. We are going to do Chocolatey, which is this dark brown matte shade here. And I'm going to apply it using the same brush that I had dampened with the setting spray to apply the shimmer shade, and just wiping it off. And I'm going to apply a little bit more setting spray to it. And I was looking like, okay, do I want to add like a darker shade back here for like, you know, dramatic purposes? But no, I think it's good just like this time. So there is no dramatic dark black or blue or dark brown smoky shade that's going to go back there this time. We're just going to let it breathe as is. And of course, I will complete my eyes off camera pertaining to mascara and lashes, but we're gonna move on to our blush. Blush, I'm going to be using this by Nars, and this is Savage. So I'm just going to, this is what it looks like here. This is one of my absolute favorite blushes. I have so many blushes, and right now they are being neglected because this is the only one I want to use. So I'm just going to get that up in here, and I'm applying it using a blush brush. And then for our bronzer, because I did not do my bronzer when I did my base, I will be using Juvia's Place. This is their bronzed palette in the shade Dark. And I love how they have the two different bronzer shades that you can choose from. I'm going to use the darker one today just because I've tanned a little bit, and the lighter shade really does not show up as much right now in the way I would like it to. Moving on to our lips. For my liner, I'm going to use the Dose of Color Nyma Tang Collabo Lip Liner. And this one is in the shade Amberish. So I'm just going to apply that to my lip. And to fill it in, I'm going to be using a Plumping lip polish by Buxom. This one is in the shade named Pippa Pumpkin, which is so appropriate for fall. I am just so ready for fall this year. I really am. Fall is one of those seasons that you just feel, at least for me, you feel warm and cozy and inspired, and it's the right amount of warmth in the air. You can, I am just so ready. Alright guys, so this is the final look. Off camera, I applied some Ardell lashes. I believe they're in the style number 858. So, yeah, final thoughts. I think I forgot to mention that not only is this a cute little themed palette, it comes with a mirror, and it also smells like Cocoa Pebbles. It literally smells like the cereal, so that's cute. But final thoughts. Is this a palette that can replace one of your existing palettes? No, I do not believe so. Reason I don't is I think it's a good palette. I think it has some potential depending on how you use it. See, here on my channel, at least the way that I apply makeup, even if it's behind the scenes, I don't really pack on pigment. 1 or 2 strokes, and I feel like if the pigment is there, if it's rich enough, then it should show up. You know, you guys might be different. I know a lot of girls, a lot of makeup, you know, artists that when they do their makeup, eyeshadow is the first thing because they pack it on. And I'm here for it. It's just that's not my way of doing eyeshadow. At least not at this time. Like, makeup is ever evolving. I remember when I first started my channel, my brows were like the width of a pencil lead, and now they've grown out, they've gotten bigger. So, you know, I can't say I would never, you know, present to you guys makeup applications in that way, but right now, that's not my, you know, that's not my bag. Would I return this palette? No. I think it's a cute addition to my mini palettes that I already have. I could definitely see myself playing with some of the other shades. It's worth keeping around, you know. I definitely love Cocoa Pebbles. It is giving me nostalgia from my childhood with the Flintstones and things like that. So I'm definitely gonna hang on to this guy. So yes, that is all I have for you great people today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. And to all my new subbies out there, what's up guys? Thank you so much for subbing. Stick around, there's more to come, I promise you that. So guys, in the comments, make sure you let me know, what are your thoughts on this palette? Is this a palette that you are excited to have? Do you own it? What was the color payoff for you? Or is this one of those, nah, I think I'll pass? Let me know either way. Let's chat about it in the comments. And I will definitely put a link to this guy in the description box below. And yeah, so we already know it's always going to be something. It's always going to be something over here that you guys can click on and watch. And yeah, so until next time guys, we shall chat again soon.